Hi. Sorry, I always start my videos off with a frog in my throat, don't I? I don't know why I do that. I've just finished listening to a little cosy mystery on Audible, and it's called The Blackout Murders, a home front sleuth's mystery, and it's by Anna Elliott and Charles Veley. I'd never come across these before, and the reason I did get it on Audible is I was waiting for my free credit to come in, and this was a free purchase. So it was just while I was waiting for another free one another credit to drop into the box. It's set during World War II in a little village in England, hence the home front sleuths. Evie's left London, where she was a blackout warden, after the death of her husband. So her husband's died. He was in the RAF. He was a pilot, and she's come to this village because she's inherited her aunt's little tea room. It's sort of cottage tea room combined. Because her aunt moved to London to be near Evie in her final months, the cottage tea room, it's very run down, sort of dirty, and needs a good going over. But she thinks that if she stays in the village, then it might be something she could resurrect. She could get the tea room going again. But sort of within a day of arriving in this village, there's a murder. And the local ARP warden, his body is found in the churchyard. And you get together a sort of like a little group of villagers, the home front sleuths, under the leadership of Harry. Harry is a retired police officer from London. He's moved into the village because his nephew is the local police inspector. So he's moved to be near family. And his nephew sort of asks him whether he'd consult, whether he'd sort of lend a hand. So this little group of villagers gather around Harry to help solve the crime. Because it's not just a murder, we're looking at black market gangs as well. So it's not clear cut that it's a murder. The other members of the little group, you've got Dorothy, who lives with her mum. Dorothy's husband's away fighting, and she lives with her mum and her young son. And she's very timid. She's a very timid character. She doesn't think she's as good as everybody else, and she's always putting herself down. You've got Blake Collins, who was injured in Dunkirk, and he's now on crutches. He teaches maths in the local school, and he is very, very socially awkward. He prefers numbers to people almost. Then you've got Alice, who's in her 60s, and she's like the herbalist. Everybody goes to her for homemade potions. Eva herself is 40s. So you've got a wide range of people, different ages, different backgrounds, gathering together as this little group under the leadership of Harry. And you also learn a lot about what life was like in the villages during World War II. The blackouts, when you've got constant blackouts, the wardens would go around to make sure that there was no little chinks of light appearing. Planes constantly overhead. The rationing, how the different things they were doing to substitute the things that they couldn't have. And as for the plot, I never saw the villain coming. No way did I see that villain coming. And the ending does tease as well. So I think it's, when I've got a loose end and I'm looking for something, scratching around for something to read that's nice and cosy, I think I'm going to look for number 2 in this series. So that is it. That is The Blackout Murders by Anna Elliott and Charles Veley. A nice little cosy mystery set in World War II. So happy reading. Take care.